Hello everyone, this is Morticia Melian and welcome to a new Sibling Stand react video. Now we're reacting to Vibrant Eyes by CG5. Yeah, and my co-host here is...
Wingless Dragon. The best. And yes, CG5, Vibrant Eyes. I know why it's made, and I think it's hilarious. But I'm actually surprised that we're doing another CG5 song. I'm really impressed with how quick and how great the level of songs that come from this musical artist. His level of how he gets things done is just so good. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, he does good stuff. He's good. He does good.
He does good. What's interesting about CG5 is he not only does his own songs, he helps other artists produce songs. If you haven't seen it, go check out this song, but also go check out the one that he's done with Tubbo as well. There's even a video on his channel about like how he goes through the process with Tubbo, how he's figuring things out. And once he's like, oh, I think we need someone else involved in this, he really works to get the production done. And he even like shows like how he sets up his process, how like, okay, here are the words that we should work with. Here are the sounds that we should be working with. Here are the things that we should be working with. So he's really got a good ear for what works really well. And it's so fun to see him work on these things because he starts like trying to figure things out. And then once he hears what works, he's so giddy and hyper. And it's like, God damn, that's amazing.
Talk about hyperness. Vibrant Eyes. So the title's almost like a Billie Eilish song.
I don't know if I would say it's a Billie Eilish song.
I know, but it sounds like the Billie Eilish song, something great, Ocean Eyes. There you go. Ocean Eyes. And it's like Vibrant Eyes, Ocean Eyes. But yeah, similar sounding.
Well done on the art. The artist in this video is Shyshui. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. Although you can call him Sock. He doesn't really have a channel, but he has 50,000 subscribers. He's not on Twitch, so hopefully he's on other platforms, but I do see that he has content with lots of views. This music video visually is really nice. It's another one that I think there's a lot of animation. It's really intense and it works really well with the music. I would say in the way where if you've seen our last reaction video, we discussed Revive and how intense that is. This one almost has the opposite intenseness, where with Revived, it's more like intense in like a scary way, but in a like frightening way. This one feels more emotionally driven and very sad. I think it touches the emotions, emotionally fearful rather than like scared of like what's gonna happen. It's so hard to explain, but like it's such a softer song, but it touches the emotions a lot differently than Revived, where Revive is more intense and like in a shock value.
Well, Revive is more like, it's not just like a matter of shock. It's more like, it's full of attitude. It's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm back. I got my second life. I'm going to cause trouble again because yeah, I'm Wilbur. And here we have Ranboo is more like, it's like sad, but it's like full of anxiety. It's like, doesn't mean he's like actively visually fearful, but you got the impression it's more like all the anxiety and doubts and other thoughts going on in the back of his mind while he goes on to whatever he does with his wonderful televis.
And it's well done because like CG5 does a great job of like, this is another musical artist that is taking parts and points from the story plots of the Dream SMP and really building out the character in a musical way. And it's so well done. He does such a great job defining and kind of expressing kind of what Ranboo is in this music, but also the emotion of it is so well tied as well. CG5 in this case, compared to Revived the Derivacat, does a great job of really pushing the notes and really sounding out the moments where Ranboo's character is scared or when he's confused or sad. It's so good.
Or when he's being tempted, like by Dream in that one moment.
Exactly.
That scene with Dream in the song reminds me not only of like a devil on his shoulder tempting him, but it also reminds me of the demon in Deathless next to the main character.
Oh, interesting.
Like in terms of presentation, but instead you have a happy face and grandly disappearing.
Yeah, it's so well done. I like how the animation is flowing. This is where I really do like that Ranboo's character is almost singing this. So it's almost like you know when you're watching Disney movies and you've got the princess or you've got the main character, the one that is singing the song.
Yeah.
This almost feels like this is like a Ranboo's Disney princess. It's funny because he has a crown, or let's call it a tiara in this case.
Yeah, Ranboo is a Disney prince. Let's make that happen. He has a tail. It's amazing.
There you go. What's neat about this is that it's almost as if he's singing his own song in this moment. I would almost say that this could be placed in the Dream SMP in between like moments of his recording, and I would believe that this is part of the movie type of thing. It's so well done. The art flows really well well with the lyrics that CG5 did. I'm actually really curious how quickly he did this, because either he's been working on it for a while and just joking about how he's gonna work on this song for his community. But I know that he did like some like laugh or lose video, and if he lost, he would do a Ranboo music video. And so obviously, like, he did one. So I'm thinking he was prepped on it already. But if he wasn't and he produced this quickly, it just shows how CG5 is such a great musical artist and how has such a great ear for attention. And even him singing the song is so well done. He's got a good ear. He's got a good mind for this, and it shows. Like, this is like his bread and butter. He's worked on this, like, I would say, all his life at this point. So it makes sense that he's so good. And it's so nice to see a lot more of this and seeing people in their elements doing these things.
Yeah, it really shows off his skills and his craft. He's definitely grind to get good at this, and it shows pretty naturally. And then, but also, like, what throw props to the artist and his style. I don't think I've seen this kind of thing art style. I mean, the drawing itself is fine, but it's more how they use granular and noise effects in animation, or I think those are the proper terms, because you see all those granular dots when they fade out and in, or use the granular to help create the shading.
It's a really impressive style. It reminds me a lot of like when you're trying to color things with a silk screen or like a printing press, and how it's
or like a weird marker.
No, well, not marker, but like the ink is like it's not fully adhered to the paper, and they did a great job with like picking those little spots, but also like shifting some of their elements just a little off to still keep a white highlight or have a dark highlight depending on where you wanted it. I really like the animation of this. I would love to see more art and cartoons in this style. I think it's neat how unique it is, especially if you look compared to a lot of like different other styles, especially in a lot of the music videos or even just in cartoons in general. There's similar styles like this, but not exactly.
But the thing is not just like literally like they did like Derek Cat. They just did straight lines and then use the effects of what we have access to as a tool to create, like I was mentioned, like the granular and the noise effect and the weird, make the lines not perfect. They basically did a straight line and then, or use an effect to create all the shaky, not even lines. So it's like, I've seen this when doing Photoshop or other art. So they took advantage of something, technology, to pull off this effects, and it's amazing in how they use what's available to create something new or different.
Speaking of that, it's something that I love about YouTube and I love about the content creators that appear on these things and how they're able to produce these things where back in the days, you would have to have hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment to be able to even do something like this. And the only way you would be able to even use those equipment is if you went to Disney or if you went to like any of the art studios, and you'd have to study for years and stuff like that.
Pixar Studios. Yeah.
While nowadays you've got amazing, talented people, musicians, artists, and they're all able to produce these things from their home or from their own little studio with equipment that is only in the thousands of dollars now. It is amazing. And the quality that you see outshines even some of the stuff that used to be made back in the days. And I'm not saying that the stuff back in the day sucked. I think it was revolutionary and we've evolved from it. But holy shit, this is something that I think back in the days, you would have had someone literally print screening one thing at a time and trying to get through each stage one thing at a time, and how long it would have taken to get all of this done. It's intense. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, it's a Paper Mario animation, but more granular and noisy.
CG5 is also great. Go check him out in regards to how he helps produce a lot of these things. If you're someone who's not sure about how to start or what to look into, I think especially if look into the video that he shows on how he produces Tubbo's music video and the pace at which they go at, and how he even goes, okay, we're going to take a break. You have this homework to do. Like, basically, here's the stuff that we've worked on today. Come back next session. We'll do other things. But you could see the excitement when he's gotten something that works. And I think it's stuff like that just is so intense. You could tell how these are people that are young, but they've grown into the elements that they're passionate about. It's impressive how they are focused on what they want to do, how they're so intertwined inside the element of what it is, and they do such a great job that, like, if someone told me that he's a professional, I would agree. And I'm sure you'd have much older people being like, oh, well, how old is he? And he'll say how young he is, and they'll just not believe it. Nowadays, it's so impressive how younger and younger, enthusiastically powerful people in their specific niches are created from once you can get into what you like and enjoy and you're passionate about. Look what happens. Look at the art that's coming from this. Look at the music that's coming from this. These people are amazing, and it's because they've been able to jump into these things a lot faster and with access to the equipment that they need much quicker than before. And I think that's just amazing. I'm constantly blown away by like just the community, not just the Minecrafter community, not just the artists and vocals and the lyrics that come from all the stuff that gets created in this, but other elements that are similar to this as well that do the same thing. I think it's impressive. By the way, Tubbo's song to check out as well is called Life by the Sea, and you should check out CG5's The Making of that as well. That's what I was explaining before.
Got it. So yeah, so in every time we react, we're gonna throw lots of love and props at all the community because we just think all of you are amazing, and it's really our privilege to just review and react all of this, put our take on it.
There's a 1 hour version of Vibrant Eyes. That's just nuts. It just shows how other people are reacting so positively to this. So keep up the great work, guys. All of you are so good. I'm curious. I'm very curious now. If anyone can comment down below, not only what you like, what you agree with us, what you don't, but give us an example of something you don't like. I'm just very impressed how a lot people like Derivacat, SAD-ist, CG5, a lot of the artists as well, a lot of other musicians as well. They're all just doing such great jobs. And I know when I've made mention about like how there's little nitpicky moments like voices where I've heard like what was wrong there, but like straight up, is there a song that you guys have heard that I've either from the Dream SMP community or the Minecraft community? Have you heard one that's just terrible? I'd love to do a reaction to that.
So we can rip them apart.
Maybe, but I think at the same time, I love to compare if the community has people that are just, they're passionate, but maybe they're not as good. And I'd be curious to see what are they doing wrong, I guess?
Or I guess gems, but it hasn't got traction yet.
Oh, I'm good with that as well. If anyone has a song that they've heard, but it just hasn't blipped on the radar, let us know about those ones as well. I'd love to check those out. But yeah, just leave all the comments down below. I just feel that like the community is just so impressive, and there's always like elements that are so good. Each one brings something new to the table all the time. It's just so good.
So good.
So many new songs to listen to. It's funny to have a playlist where it's just Dream SMP songs. I'm gonna listen to all 50 of them. Like, it's crazy.
And most of them are on Spotify.
So hey, everyone, if you're not sure, check out CG5. See him on Spotify. Woo. I think this is where we're gonna wrap things up. Go check out Vibrant Eyes. If you're looking for another like a soft, emotional kind of song, I think this one's good. Definitely check out the other stuff that gets done by other artists. They all have just a pacing that's different. If you want one that's more lighthearted, I would say Captain's Call is really lighthearted. If you want one that's more intense and like deals with more like rap lyrics, listen to Revived. But all of them have just such great elements to listen to, and I think they're all well worth it.
Absolutely. So until next time, everyone, make sure to leave a comment, subscribe, give us suggestions, and have a good night.
Talk to you all later. Bye, guys.